Today we are going to be working on learning how to divide numbers by fractions. And so your learning target really is going to be I can begin to develop an understanding of how to divide fractions by using the algorithm. And so we're going to be looking today just at dividing a whole number by a unit fraction. And if you recall, a unit fraction is where I have a 1 in the numerator and then I have any value in the denominator. So a unit fraction is where the numerator is always going to be 1. Okay, and so if we take a look at our solve and share, it says 1 ball of dough can be stretched into a circle to make pizza. After the pizza is cooked, it is cut into 8 equal slices. How many slices can you make with 3 balls of dough? And so when we take a look at this, it's really looking at how many slices would we get in one pizza. And so one pizza, we would have 8 slices. If I have 2 pizzas, I have 8 slices. And 2 pizzas, I would have another 8 slices, which would be 16. And in 3 pizzas, I would have another 8 slices, which would be 24. So my total that I would have would be 24 slices. So if I write this using a division problem, what I would do is I would do 3 divided by 1/8. And I want you to take a look at this and I want you to see what we're doing. What we're really doing is I'm taking 3 and I divided it each of those 3 into 8 pieces and I got an answer of 24. And so when I do this, this right here is the algorithm. When I do this, I'm going to keep the 3. I'm going to change this symbol. So becomes multiplication. And then I'm going to flip the 1 and the 8. And so when I flip the 1 and the 8, that flip. So the 1/8 is going to become 8 over 1. When I do this flip, this is what is called a reciprocal. And so a reciprocal is where I can multiply the numerators together and multiply the denominators together, and the reciprocal is going to equal 1. So if I did 1/8 times 8 over 1, my answer would be a whole. Okay, so I'm going to flip and turn it into the reciprocal, which is going to be 8 over 1. Well, 3 over 1 and 8 over 1, it's really going to be 24 over 1. And the reason that this algorithm works, the reason that I can keep, change, flip, is because I'm taking that 3 and I'm breaking it down into 8 pieces. And so that first one I had 8. The second one, I doubled it. And the third one I tripled it. So I have 24 slices. So I'm making more because the 1/8 is less than a whole. So that's why my answer here is going to be greater than 24, is because I can cut out way more pieces with that 1/8. And so again, I don't expect you to fully I totally get and understand it. It's just this is the algorithm. And remember, when we talk about algorithms are the ways that we solve problems that are more efficient, because you don't really want to be drawing out a picture of fractions the entire time. Okay. So it says, into how many slices of pizza will each ball of dough be divided? Represent a fraction, or what fraction of a whole pizza does one slice represent? So each pizza is divided into 8, right? So each one's going to be divided into 8. So one slice is going to represent 1/8 of a whole. All right, so let's go ahead and let's move into our visual learning. And so when we take a look at our visual learning for today, it's again dividing by those unit fractions. So Joyce is making sushi rolls. She needs 1/4 cup of rice for each sushi roll. How many sushi rolls can she make if she has 3 cups of rice? So I need 1/4. And so what this is going to look like, and here we'll come down to the area models and the number lines so you can see it. So here I take my 3 cups. So I draw my area model and I divide each area model into fourths to find out how many fourths are going to be in there. And so if I look, I have 4/4, 8/4, 12/4. If I look at my number line, I take my 1 cup, 2 cup, and 3 cup, and I divide them into fourths. And so again, when you look at this, I get my answer of 12. But when I use the algorithm, okay, so my equation is going to be 3 divided, or let me clear that. 3 divided by 1/4. And when I do 3 divided by 1/4, again, my algorithm is I'm going to keep it, I'm going to change it, I'm going to flip it. It's almost, I was saying before the announcement thing popped off and I quickly paused the video. It's almost KFC, but it's not. So it's keep, change, flip. It would have been really convenient had it been keep, flip, change. But remember, it's not KFC, it's keep it. I change it. So I keep the 3, I change the symbol to multiplication, and then I flip the 4/1, and then I just multiply. And so here my answer is going to be 12. What's nice is if you're looking at that and you're going, oh man, you have those visual models that you can still use to help you see what it's going to look like. But some of you are really at that step where you're ready to go ahead and move away from the models, from that visual representation, and start using that algorithm. Okay, if we move into this, so look right here, there's my models. So I'm going to use the diagram below to find 4 divided by 1/3. So I'm not even going to use the models. I'm going to go straight into the algorithm and I'm going to check it against it. So again, I do 4, keep the first number, change division to multiplication, and then flip. So 3/1. And I can write the 4/1 too, but I know that the ones are going to go away. And so it becomes 12. And so 4 divided by 1/3, well, let's count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I end up with 12. All right, let's move into your guided practice. And so in the example at the top of page 546, if Joyce had 4 cups of rice, how many rolls could she make? And so if I look at this, 4 cups of rice, so I'm going to set up my division problem. It's going to be 4 divided by 1/4. And then I need to figure out what 4 divided by 1/4 is. So I'm going to keep, change, flip. So I'm going to keep the 4 as a 4. I'm going to change division to multiplication, and then I'm going to flip and use that reciprocal so it becomes 4/1, which equals 16. So she would make 16 cups of rice. In the example, again, so looking at the top of the page 546, how does the number line help to show that 3 divided by 4 is equal to 3 1/4? So the number line shows, so let me clear this out. The number line shows 3 divided, I'm going to do 3 wholes there, 3 wholes divided into 4 equal parts. So that's how the number line shows that it's equal to 3 times 4. All right, so we're going to use the picture below to find each quotient. So I have the picture if I need it, but I'm also going to start showing you that keep, change, flip so you can see it. So if I take a look at number 3, so I have 3 divided by 1/3. So again, I'm going to keep the 3, change the division symbol to multiplication, and then I'm going to flip my 1/3 into 3/1. So again, the flip means changing the position of the numerator and denominator, and I only have to do it here. I don't do it on this number. It's keep, change, flip. And so my answer here is going to be 9. And then I look at how many 1/3 are in 6. So I'm going to do 6 times, right? Keep the 6, change the division symbol to multiplication, change the 3 or the 1/3 to 3/1, and I end up with 18. And so what's nice is I can check it. So here I had 3. How many 1/3? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 6 and 6. How many 1/3 did I have? Well, I had 9. 1, 2, 3, so 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that model is there to still help me. So if you need to draw out a model and divide it in, you are more than welcome to draw out the model to divide it in. But if you want to start playing with that keep, change, flip algorithm, you please start playing with that keep, change, flip algorithm. Okay, so here in 5 and 6, I have the pictures to help me. But again, I can be using those keep, change, flip. And so I would like for you, just to get that practice in today, I would like for you to go ahead and do 5 through 14 all on this side. And then in your math practice and problem solving, I would like for you to go ahead and do problems number. Let me see which ones I like. I don't want you to do well, 15's already drawn for you. So I'd like for you to go ahead and do 15. I'd like for you to go ahead and do 18. And then I'd like for you to do problem number 19. So those are the problems that I'd like for you to do today in your independent practice and math practices and problem solving.